And I think we have covered our foreign guests as speakers. So we have our very well experienced.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Babluda, we call Samardeji, who's the founder of GJC and now a COA member, well-known face in East India of jewelry sector. Babluda, आपके opening remarks, Hindi, English, whatever you like.
Thank you, Sumanji. Greetings to the esteemed delegates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all the presents at the auspicious event. It is with the great humility that I have the privilege of representative, COA member, GJC, and serving as the director of Guinea Emporium. The BIMSTEC nation are prime candidates for trade partnership given their geographic proximity and wealth of natural sources. Specific members countries hold a distinct advantage to exporting sought after goods to other members. The team should prioritize connectivity and prompt collaboration across all industry to solidify their standing. The gems and jewellery industry present an excellent opportunity for countries with the large gemstone and advanced policing infrastructure to engage their trade. India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Sri Lanka and Thailand can combine their strength in cutting, policing and production to improve the value of their exports. Bhutan has a championed the cause of sustainable tourism and has offered to sell gold duty-free rates to tourists visiting Bhutan, exchange for sustainable development fees. Also called the tourism tax. The step taken by this nation will successfully promote the gem and jewellery market globally. Similarly, other BIMSTEC nations, practically Nepal, can use such a statistic highlights their traditional and contemporary jewellery, boost the inter-regional trade and commerce, highlighting the vibrant gems and jewellery market. The rise of diamond for affordable high-end diamond jewellery and the growth of the lab-grown diamond manufacturing industry presents a golden opportunity for the BIMSTEC nation to expand their trade opportunities globally. With the expected impressive growth of the gems and jewellery market, technologically advancement in e-commerce are necessary to provide convince the high quality choose for the consumers. The pandemic has accelerated the adoption of the digital platform and Thailand's launch of an online platform for purchasing gold coin and bar is an excellent example for other BIMSTEC nations to follow in improving their retail service. BIMSTEC artisans need better skill and tools to increase productivity and exports. India's Common Facility Center can serve as a model for the other members countries in the gems and jewellery trade. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Babluda. You are kind of an expert and a veteran in the industry. Today, our Indian gem and jewelry industry has grown and it is contributing 7 to 8% to the GDP. We are contributing more than 8 million direct jobs and maybe another 9 to 10 billion indirect jobs to the gem and jewelry sector. So, and listening to the speakers from our BIMSTEC countries who have gathered here today, don't you think there is a lot of scope for increasing the intertrade between these countries and to increase? Your thoughts on this?
Actually, तो जो हमने बोला है, तो हमारा थॉट्स थे,
जी,
तो हमको लगता है कि इंडिया में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बंगाल में हैंडमेड ज्वेलरी इज फेमस फॉर नेशन वाइड, worldwide. Actually, we can take the opportunity. The all BIMSTEC countries, the main thing is a freight. Freight is too low.
Right.
Maybe.
And culture is very similar.
एकदम similar. तो Calcutta to Bhutan, Calcutta to Bangladesh to border.
Yeah, it's much easier to, instead of going to Bangalore, Bangladesh going is easy.
Same.
So much shorter.
Actually, my father's
Right.
nation was Bangladesh. Our origin is Bangladesh.
Right.
Okay. We can take opportunity each other.
Yeah, so as a GJC, which is our national domestic body, and GJPC is here, because I am 25 years in the industry, I never got the opportunity to interact with people from these countries and understand their business opportunities available. So there should be some focus of more doing closer business with these countries and some initiative to be taken from.
Actually, I am in more than 50 years in trade.
Right.
From 72, I am in gold jewelry market, from bullion to retail. Okay. And GJPC is doing lot, just like our last line, the Common Facility Center.
Correct.
Is a model for other BIMSTEC countries.
Right.
How to modern technology and handmade jewelry combine the manufacture, our specialty. Handmade jewelry mainly as per customer demand, we can make anything.
Right. And also how to increase the trade between the two countries. For example, gemstones are more cost effective from Thailand,
Actually,
and
now-
gold jewelry making is more cost effective in India.
Actually, now Indian government जो है,
जी,
जो बैठा है,
हाँ,
वो बहुत कुछ कोशिश कर रहा है.
okay,
Exchange.
right,
The BIMSTEC हम स्टार्टिंग किया बहुत साल से है,
right.
लेकिन हमने कभी
But lot more can be done. हमने भी सुना ही नहीं. जब मेरे को फोन आया शंकर सेन जी का ऑफिस से कि बीम, मैंने कहा इसका तो नाम ही नहीं सुना है, मेरे से प्रोनाउंसिएशन ही नहीं हो रहा था करेक्ट.
राइट. हम जीजीसी का साथ बात कर रहा था, व्हाट इज BIMSTEC?
हाँ,
यू नो नितिन गंडरवाल हमको पूछा व्हाट इज BIMSTEC
BIMSTEC.
भाई. अरे हम बोले नेट में जाओ,
नेट में जाओ.
नेट में जाके उसके डिटेल्स.
So it is a very old, 25 years old organization.
More than I think
25 years old.
not only 25, I think
No, sir, 25.
25.
25 years.
लेकिन
But
हमको
it is
लगता है
so much more to be done. I think ICC should take the initiative. Vinod Bamla ji,
is a fantastic.
such a beautiful forum is there. This BIMSTEC, you have to make it, more progressive and make it more aware to our industry players how it can be benefited.
I would just like to carry on with what Mr. Chaipong said, that whatever we do, the benefit is going to the other countries. I think what I recommended, we should have created a working group or working committee and see that this forum, what we are sitting today, grows beyond this with a working committee and see that the advantage come back to us. Like everybody on this forum is saying BIMSTEC, nobody knows about it. It's a sad thing that we have trade among our countries. We contribute to the jewelry industry. We are a raw material supplier, finishing supplier, but still we are not together. So let's make a working committee. Let's join together. And I think
But,
ICC should take this initiative.
अतुल जी, don't pass your comments. अभी दुग्गल साहब के comments आने बाकी है.
Actually एक
दुग्गल
बात
साहब
बोलने
आपको
का है,
दुग्गल साहब फिगर के साथ बताएंगे
दुग्गल
कि
साहब
कंट्रीज को कितना एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे, कितना रोड शोज कर रहे, वो सब बताएंगे आपको.
दुगेल साहब को बहुत बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट रोल है इसमें।
यस यस,
मिस्टर दुगोल को
बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है, वही उनका।
हम सोपोसाची को पहले फोन किया था
जी,
सोपोसाची वादा किया था आएगा, हम लोग।
लेकिन मेरा एक क्विक क्वेश्चन है, ये जो बीम्स्टेक बॉडी है, ये कुछ एक गवर्नमेंट का रिकॉग्नाइज बॉडी है, मतलब इज इट गवर्नमेंट रिकॉग्नाइज?
मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स
is like ASEAN. But how come we have never heard about it? There is no activity. It is not being active. I think this body is not being active.
So I think, Sumit, if it is not active, we have got.
We are here to make it.
No, we have been given this opportunity as the first people to start this forum. Let's continue it for our future generation.
Exactly.
Let's take it forward.
I think this
what is missed 25 years, not do it. Let's work it for hundreds of years.
Wonderful. It could be a game changer.
Yeah, game changer.
Yes, sir.
And Duggalji, I repeated that India is a big brother. You take us with you.
As always, India, big brother, big heart.
Big heart.
Vinodji, one moment. We'll have Oh, G20 is one of the. This is the surrounding G20. This event is. So we are getting benefited from the G20 now. Actually, very nice. So we will go to Duggal ji. हाँ, अशोक जी आपके comments.
This is what the people says, what Calcutta do today. Rest of the world think tomorrow.
Right.
So this is what the G20 is. The first opening mistake was made in Calcutta. Because of that, the people know that the things comes with Indian Chamber of Commerce, the oldest chamber
Correct.
of India. Then the people in around, the people are sitting on the dais, and the people from Calcutta can go ahead for immediately and take it very fast. As such, other country may not think, or GGPC, and again, I'm sorry to say this all, again take with a lot of time to understand what we look forward. But the BIMSTEC and the people from Kolkata, like the people are sitting here, Asmuk Parikji, Bamalwaji, and all this, all big people are sitting here, they knows how to grow business. Thank you.
Right. See how SAARC as a forum has got a lot of recognition. SAARC is also South Asian countries ka regional body. So I think this BIMSTEC could be a game changer, and especially gem and jewelry industry and tourism, two sectors, it could be a very good game changer. So we will have to come to Duggalji and James sir. After this, we'll take it to you. Sir, GJPC, for the knowledge of all the audience, is the body for the exports of gem and jewelry from India. There is semi-government body which is being sponsored by the government of India. And today India is exporting around 42 billion of jewelry export. The predominant credit go to GJPC. Duggalji, you will have your opening remarks, but my question is, with these countries, what is the bottlenecks, what are the problems, and how to overcome that? उसके आप अपना views दीजिएगा. Thank you.
Thank you. It's on. Thank you, Sumit. Thank you for giving Thank you, Sumit ji. Yes. And welcome all of you to this program. I am very happy to be here myself. As everybody was saying, this is the first opportunity which we have had for interacting with the jewelers from our fellow neighbors. Yes. I would only add to what Samadeh was saying. See, the history of jewelry in India, I would say, is as old as the Indian civilization. Those of you who would have studied history or would have seen some historical things will agree with me that if you see the seals excavated in the Harappan and Mohenjo-daro civilization, the bulls and the figures are wearing jewelry which was found 1,000 years ago. And in mythological terms, our gods and goddesses, they wear more jewelry than clothes. So jewelry in this part of the world has been since ages. The formal export trade from India, I would say, started with the liberalization process which started in 1990. Before that, it was negligible. We had, like Bangladesh has very high duties, other countries also have. We had not only high duties, we had a very strict Gold Control Act which did not allow trade to happen. But although the foreign exchange balance position in 1990 was not very good, but somehow the leaders of the nation, they had a far-sightedness. They thought and they liberalized the economy. And you will be happy to note that from 1991 onwards till about 2012, the import duty on gold in India was less than 2%. Less than 2%.
Is it 10 years, 15 years back?
Up to 2012.
Yeah, right.
Almost 10 years back.
Correct, yeah.
In fact, it was about 100 rupees per 10 gram, which went down to 200, 300, and finally to 2%. It was only in 2012 the duty started increasing. As a result of these, measures which the government took, the Indian exports of gems and jewelry started galloping, I would say. Galloping, not rising, but galloping. And from almost nil exports in the 70s, 1970s and so, in 2010 or so, the first decade, our exports were almost 25 to 30 billion dollars. And it further grew due to the pragmatic policies of the government. And I would say that the Indian gems and jewelry industry is a perfect example of the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister for making in India. It is a perfect example of Make in India, where we don't have any gold here, we don't have any precious stones here, we don't have diamonds here. Still we import them, make them into jewelry and export.
Skills.
Skills. We have the skills. So this all has resulted in our, as Sumeshji said in his remarks, over $40 billion industry in export, giving huge employment, earning foreign exchange and contributing 7 to 9% of the GDP growth. Cutting short, and I would like to invite the BIMSTEC countries here, that we can jointly, grow further, each one of us according to our capacity, and we will be very happy. See, GJPC is running skill development centers. We have got Indian Institutes of Foreign Trade, Indian Institute of Gems and Jewelry in Delhi, in Bombay, in Surat, in Varanasi, in Udupi, in Jaipur. We'll be very happy to collaborate. You can send your master craftsmen, your teachers who can get trained here, and they can go back and develop their skills there. Because it is very important, if you want the industry to grow, you need a skilled manpower. You need not only manpower which is already having the skills to manufacture things which are already being made there, but also to make items which are required outside. Because when you go for the export market, you have to make things which are required outside. See, one of the problems in the Asian countries, I would say, including India, is we offer what we have. Whereas in foreign trade, the need of the hour is to offer what the other person wants. See, हमारे घर में हमेशा ये होता है. I'll give you an example, which I often quote because I am a student of foreign trade. I have studied in the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. I always quote that the problem with us in India and so in our neighboring countries is, when a guest comes to our house, we tell the housewife कि आज बहुत important आदमी आ रहा है, make some nice dish for him. The lady of the house gets out the best of crockery, makes all the best dishes in desi ghee, and maybe cook the best of chicken and mutton. Little realizing, when she offers to the guest says, sorry, I am a vegetarian. So nothing wrong with her efforts, nothing wrong with her intentions. She is perfect. She wants to give the best, and she is giving the best. But it is not fructifying in results.
Able to the other person.
Because he doesn't like it. So it's with our products. I said this bangle is the best. No doubt it is the best. It has exquisite craftsmanship. No questions. But if my customer, he wants something different, he wants a different design, if I am not able to make that, then somebody else will make that. For that, we have to have, as somebody said, a common facility center where all the latest technology, the equipments are there, where the industry can use, because not everyone can afford. So they can come and get their job works done there. And we have skill development institutes, where the manpower is trained to work on those latest technology things. And as I said, we'll be very happy if any one of you can come or send your workers there or teachers there who can come and get updated on those things. And we will be very happy to collaborate. Even in setting up of such institutes there, we can collaborate. And one more thing is that we would like, I think all of you would be knowing, we have a very famous India International Jewellery Show in August every year in Mumbai. So I will take this opportunity in extending an invitation to all of you to come and visit the show and see the world of jewelry under one roof. It is it's going to be the largest show in the world. So we would like to have delegations from all the BIMSTEC countries.
Already from Nepal, I have seen delegation coming to the Bombay exhibition.
Even from Bangladesh also.
Even Bangladesh. Only thing
Thailand also has come in the Mr.
Thailand
has come. Yes.
They exhibit also.
They exhibit also.
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
We'll do.
We need
We'll do.
one more
And
session.
in fact, I would like
We need
to
one full day for you, Atulji, separate.
And let me add, this year, the Ministry of Commerce, our Honorable Minister, he has given us a mandate that we should make IIJS as a global fair. And we have already floated offers to the embassies of all the BIMSTEC countries. If they can set up pavilion of their country in the show, we'll offer them space on priority basis. So the idea is to collaborate amongst all the nations.
But then, if they set up the pavilion, how much does the India charge import duty on their jewelry? Very high.
See, the duty, of course, in jewelry is very high,
Yes.
no doubt. Because
Why is this a one-side traffic? Why only India wants to send the jewelry at a 0% duty to US, to every other country? But when they want to send us, you say 30%, 25% duty.
Sumesh, no, it is not. See, with the ASEAN countries, it is 0% duty. It is
not practical.
with value addition norms. We have to have a
lot
value
of
addition.
conditions.
No, these are agreed conditions between the two governments.
And actually, because of some black sheep, sorry to say, one or two people misusing that things, the government is very, very overcautious. They go over cautious on that, and it doesn't bring the results and benefit to the actual business people.
Of course.
So that is the.
Of course, that is there. But see, at the same time,
I'll come to you, sir.
the FTAs which have been signed. Recently, we have signed with UAE and Australia, and are in the process of signing similar agreements with the UK, EU, Canada. Under those agreements, the duties can come at concessional duty. From Thailand, it can come at 0%. From Indonesia,
Even ready-made jewelry made in
ready-made
Thailand.
jewelry, but with the condition that it has to have the minimum value addition required.
Who will decide what is
No,
the
no,
value
it is their country that decides, not Thai.
Ah.
They have to give a certificate of origin certifying. I'm telling you the legal aspect,
Right.
what is documented in the agreement.
Right, but
It is their certificate of origin,
think
which
the
their agency certifies.
You should
that
kind of facilitate a more ease of export and import both ways. But of course, your mandate is exports. I'll not push you on this. I'll not corner you on this, Duggal sir. But my point is, on exports, in diamond segment, our country, India, has a very dominant position. Like out of 12, 11 out of 12 diamonds are cut and polished in India. I mentioned in the
Yes.
beginning in Surat and
Yes.
India. But we could not achieve that dominance in jewelry crafting. Now GJPC has come with a tagline, jeweler to the world.
yes.
They want, that is aspirational point. But we haven't, to be honest, got
I know.
there in gold jewelry, platinum jewelry, diamond jewelry, silver jewelry, what globally we should be, right?
Right. See, the scope is tremendous. We have only reached, I would say, the tip of the iceberg.
Tip of the iceberg.
The scope is still beyond. I mean, $40 billion is nothing when the trade overall in the world is more than $700 billion. More than $700 billion.
$700 billion is the global market.
In the global market. And we are only doing $40 billion.
So we are even less than 10% and we are very happy.
We are very happy.
Sir? Wow,
So it is
see the
huge.
exact calculation.
Yeah. So the scope is there. And there is always scope to improve the understanding with the other countries. You know, these are kind of, I would say, baby steps which have been taken in the form of some understanding so that trade can improve. And I agree with you all, which we earlier said, that as Samadeh also had said, you know, neighboring countries, our logistic costs are nominal. So if the things and the logistic
Culture is same.
Requirement is same. Not only BIMSTEC, see, I had a chance to go to Pakistan. The love for jewelry in Pakistan was tremendous. You won't believe, the only exhibition which we had there in 2012 and 14, there's a queue of almost 2 kilometers for the people to get in.
Yeah, but those were different days. Today, Pakistan is in a problem.
No, the idea is the scope and the requirement
Potential
and
is
the need is there.
Yeah, same thing with Dubai, UAE,
Same thing.
which India is common. So thank you, Dugal sir, for these remarks. We'll come back to one more round of questions.
Thanks.
We also have audience, I know, waiting for the questions. I'll give you the chance afterwards. We have Mr. James Jones waiting. We have also a lot of people from the thing. You know Mr. Dugal very well, yeah. You can pick up a phone and talk to him anytime. You can take him for dinner today.
No, I want to talk on the forum. So it's
Actually, you want to take him forum. Oh, okay, you want to corner him. He's our, you know what, most experienced policy handles. If not me, GJPC has to go to South Block, Mr. Dugal is the man to go to. He's a policy maker. So, Mr. James Jose is again is a very experienced veteran, comes from my region of the India, South India, from Kerala, and he is one of the pioneers when it comes to hallmarking centers setting up in India, and he has a very beautiful gold refinery. Thank you, James Jose, for joining us. Your opening remarks with the jewelry industry and especially with the BIMSTECs, what are the opportunities you see?
Good morning, everybody. So I'm taking forward the discussions that is happening here regarding the bilateral agreements and all that. As Mr. Dugal said, the country is on a signing spree, bilateral agreements with UK, Canada, India, UAE, SEPA is wonderful. I think the trade has increased by 50%. It is mutually beneficial for both the countries. And based on these lines, the government is working on bilateral agreements with UK, Australia, Canada and all that. But unfortunately, this aspect, these BIMSTEC countries are totally out of that, what you call, thought process, maybe for a variety of reasons.
They're not in the priority.
Yeah, in the purity, yeah. So what I visualize is that like the import duty on jewelry from any country is 26.5%. Up to, it is 26.5%.
Is the import duty
Import duty on jewelry.
in India
Yeah.
from any part of the world?
Any part of the world.
Asian is all small
Yeah,
eyewash.
irrespective, yeah. So earlier, up to 2018, it was only 11.5% and all. That was very concessional. So up to 2018, there were a lot of imports happening from Dubai, especially you have the Indian jewelers in Dubai. So they used to import items manufactured in Italy and other places. So from 2018 onwards, the duty has been hiked to 26.5%, whereas the import duty on bullion is 15%. 15%.
Correct.
So somebody importing jewelry is paying 11.5% extra.
Right.
In addition to that, he has to charge his own local overheads and all
And
that.
in addition to that,
Yeah.
that country's labor cost is
Labor
higher.
cost and all that. So overall, it doesn't make a...
It's practically
yeah,
unviable.
unviable. It has become unviable. So what I feel is that, like the India-UAE CPI agreement, the country has given, the UAE has given 5% concession or waiver for those jewelry exports coming from India.
5%.
5% waiver. So anybody importing from India in UAE is getting a 5% benefit vis-a-vis other countries.
Because the UAE recently
Yeah.
introduced 5% import duty.
No. They introduced some 5 years back.
5 years back.
And this India-UAE SEPA
That
started
5%
yeah,
is taken off.
taken off. That happened 1 year back.
One
They
year
are celebrating the first anniversary. And what is the bilateral concession given to India? Anybody in India importing bullion manufactured in UAE refineries can import at 1% concession.
Right.
So their products we can buy at 1% concession.
Benefit.
It's a huge benefit. 1% is a huge margin. So in UAE refineries are getting around 200 tons of additional business from India, which were so far happening with Switzerland and Indian exporters. See, Dubai is a gateway to the world.
Right.
When India is exporting jewelry to Dubai with 5% discount or waiver, it gets exported to Canada, US and all these countries.
Right.
The trade has gone up like anything. He knows the figures. So this is one model of bilateral agreement which we can execute. Like instead of this 26.5 for the BIMSTEC countries, the government is not losing anything.
Right.
See, we can work out 5% discount for BIMSTEC countries, number one, because the same benefit some other country is giving. And the government is working on so many other countries' bilateral agreements.
And in return,
In
these
return.
countries,
Yeah.
reciprocately, like Bangladesh should allow Indian jewelry at 5%.
5%, yeah.
We allow you come in our India at 5% duty.
No, I am coming to the further areas. Like in India, the gold refineries, the total import in India is around 600 tons. Out of that, 300 tons is coming from Switzerland refineries, and another 300 tons is coming in the form of doré, which is imported from African countries and Latin American countries like Peru and Brazil and all that. So as of now, Indian refineries are permitted to import only gold doré for various reasons. Otherwise, you know, this what you call money laundering and other things will happen.
Indian refineries are allowed to import dore.
Doré only.
But what
From-
else? But
no,
what
no.
else can they
From,
import?
from the mining country only.
From that is the
Yeah, that is the catch.
that is the catch.
Even if doré is available in Dubai, I cannot import it.
But practically it is good, no? If mining country you should get the best price.
Yeah. See, but another aspect is, see, what you need is, you need feedstock for the Indian refineries. When old gold is available at a discount in Japan, I cannot import it. When it is available in these BIMSTEC countries, see, when there is excess supply of old gold into the market, there is a price discount.
But those dore producing countries are not giving you discount.
They are giving me very less discount because I have to compete with the Switzerland. See, Switzerland and Dubai refineries are the regular buyers of doré from Africa and
Some other arrangement.
regular tie-up and all that, mostly industrial miners. Here in India, because we have negotiated with some of the Southeast Asian countries, abundant supply of old gold is available in these countries, cyclical, not always, when the prices fluctuate heavily. So, but we cannot import it. So the government should give a similar facility for BIMSTEC countries. BIMSTEC countries do not produce doré, very small quantities. If old gold is permitted,
Bangladesh is allowed to import dore.
Bangladesh I don't, is maybe.
You can allow
Yeah.
import dore.
No, but I'm talking about old gold.
Huh?
Oh, I'm talking about old gold, old jewelry, scrap jewelry. So scrap jewelry shall be permitted to be imported from BIMSTEC and Southeast Asian countries at a concessional duty, similar to what we are giving to UAE. When I am importing from...
You are talking about India becoming a refinery to the world.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
simple words.
Simple words.
Got
When so much of raw material is available in
We have
BIMSTEC
got
and...
more capacity,
in-
we have
yeah.
more quality and cheaper.
Exactly. India is having an installed capacity of around 2,500
Don't
tons of...
send dore to Switzerland,
Yeah.
don't send refined, come here.
Exactly. We have a capacity of 2,500 tons.
So what is the problem? What is the government saying?
So the government is now permitting only doré. It has not permitted scrap jewelry from any source. We are working, our association is working on that. That's one proposal. Then, during the period of, the cyclical gold prices fluctuating, the Indian market is at a discount of around $20 to $35 per ounce vis-a-vis international prices. That's around 2 to 3%, 2%. When bullion, Indian manufactured bullion is available at 2% discount, why are these countries importing from
Why would they
Switzerland?
buy from you?
Exactly. So we can give a proposal. When India is giving that much benefit to UAE, similar facility should be given to BIMSTEC countries.
But tell me, Mr. James, how is that India, the bullion is at discount to the international price?
Yeah, that's very
We
big.
don't
That,
produce
see,
it here.
yeah, there is India is not producing, for the information of international delegates,
Yes, we don't produce any
we
gold.
don't produce any bullion, but bullion is a byproduct of silver, copper, aluminium industry. So we produce around 15 tons of gold. It's very small. Our mining from Kolar is hardly
Hatti,
Hatti,
is
yeah.
hardly
Sorry.
2 tons.
2 to 3 tons. So, so total Indian production of bullion is less than 15 tons.
So how's the
But
discount?
what is unique is that this country is having 30,000 tons of domestic holdings.
Correct, I mentioned
That gets recirculated. When the prices go up, people dispose of their stock. See, you think about 1%. 30,000 tons and 1% is 300 tons. So the 1%, I would say much more than quantity. around 1,000 tons of old gold is always getting recirculated. When there is excess supply of old gold, prices crash. So Indian bullion manufactured from recycled gold is available at 2 to 3% discount vis-a-vis bullion from Switzerland. Why can't these
No,
people?
but when we say Indian gold price, we are buying from a bullion dealer like you or anybody else. We are not saying that this price is of a Swiss biscuit or Indian. It's a gold price. It's up to you. You
No,
give me
no.
Indian biscuit, you give me a Swiss biscuit.
Now, if you look at the prices in India from 2022 November to February we had the budget. So in those 5 to 6 months, there was practically no imports from Switzerland.
There's no imports.
Imports were happening only for export purposes. So the entire requirement of the country was met from recycled gold, domestic gold,
So in nutshell,
which was quoted at $35 discount. So all the refineries in India, we have a long-term contract with a mine abroad. We could not buy, we could not import the raw material.
in the industry, there is a perception that GJPC only promoting diamonds. You're not looking after the gold sector. That is correct? Yes, I'm talking on behalf of everyone. So, sir, India can become the diamond capital and
Bullion
what is
capital.
diamond and the gold capital.
And gold capital.
If you could come with the right policies, we will come to you. Pujaji is there. Are we running on time, track, on timing? And I don't know what's the schedule. So, we can carry on. This is for gem and jewelry. Dugal sir, quick response.
Good, you said. See, no doubt, India is the diamond capital of the world.
Right.
And that is because, out of $40 billion of export, almost $26 billion is diamonds only because of the high value.
That's true, but that doesn't stop us to make it
And
into
it does
a
not stop.
100 billion business.
Let me tell you. And
The number is too large.
no, this is the cut and polished diamonds which we export.
Dugal sir, what is the issue? Because India wants to earn foreign exchange.
True.
That is the
correct.
objective of GJPC,
Yes,
right?
correct.
And to promote jewelry. Now, whether tomorrow you say instead of diamond, put emerald, you will put emerald.
See, let me
And
tell
they
you.
say plain gold, you should give plain gold. What is the problem?
Sumesh, I tell you, the objective of our council also is, we can earn more exchange, not by exporting diamonds, not by exporting plain jewelry. The moment jewelry is studded with precious stones, the value goes up very well. That is where the value addition is there. That is where the margins are better for the jewelers. If you are exporting gold, plain gold jewelry, you are just exporting gold.
But
You
how
are
come
competing
that
with-
we have only 0% import duty on diamonds and lab-grown diamonds and nothing on studded, nothing on color stone?
No, studded jewelry is not required because we have our own studdings. India is also, besides diamonds, we are the capital for emerald, rubies. We are number one processors of emerald in the world.
Oh, but I think
In
not
Japan.
many people know about this.
We are number one in the world for processing emeralds and rubies.
You're the number one in rubies and emeralds in processing.
Emeralds, we are number one, rubies also equally. And likewise with other semi-precious
Point
stones.
taken, but what I'm saying is,
So let me add, see, the margin of profit for a jeweler would be in studded jewelry. So we also advocate that you should export more and more of studdings. Exporting plain gold jewelry is like just exporting plain gold. And no margins. You are competing with Singapore, you are competing with Malaysia. They are exporting at 1 or 2% of value addition. And you are competing handmade with machine made.
those is machine, India is handcrafted.
See, it is handcrafted for you and me. For a customer in Europe, he buys a bracelet as a bracelet. For him, the price is more important because in a gold bracelet, 98% cost of the product is the gold, the material itself.
No, what I'm saying is,
So,
there is a scope of improving
There is scope.
gold jewelry exports.
Definitely. So we are in the process. That is why this Indian
We
International
have
Jewelry Show.
India's largest gold jewelry exporter sitting right in front of us. Asmukh
yes.
Bhai Barak ji
Yes.
and Nikhil ji, 3-time winner of the export. In spite of all these
Yeah.
difficulties, despite of उनको export के लिए वो
दिक्कत होती है।
gold time पे नहीं मिलता है. In spite of all the hurdles, they are made proud. We need a big round of applause. and right from Calcutta,
And let me add for the
and
benefit.
3 times in a row.
Sumesh, let me add for the benefit of all. The first consignment sent to UAE under the SEPA Free Trade Agreement from Delhi, which was flagged off by the then Commerce Secretary, was from Hasmukh Parekh.
Sumai Parekh, SPJ, wonderful.
Clear point.
See, very, and very humble.
Yes.
And the very silently they have developed this thing. Otherwise, you should share your all secrets with the industry one day, one session. आपके साथ रखना चाहते हैं हम, हैं?
वो नंबर 1 रहना चाहते हो जी?
नहीं, वो इंडस्ट्री के लिए भी काम करना चाहते हैं.
No, I am just joking. Yes.
India. पहले क्या? Sorry, please.
So, of course, we would always like, and we are making efforts for improving and increasing the exports of jewelry. See, unfortunately, with gold, the biggest problem is that it is a very sensitive item. Unlike diamonds.
I understand, yeah.
And it has a lot of implications, repercussions, a minor change here and there. So the government is also, very cautious in stepping. As I said earlier, till 2012, the duty was 12%. In their wisdom, the government then decided to increase the duty from 2 to 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 in a period of just 12 months. Maybe the logic behind was, as Mr. James said, India has a stock of almost 25 to 30,000 tons of gold. They said, why should we import? Why can't we recycle? Why it is lying idle? True, in there. There's a lot of gold lying idle. Forget with the people. It is lying in the temples.
To be honest, we are spending a lot of hard-earned foreign exchange
Yes.
on the gold. All right, sir, if you may permit, I'll let Atul Bhai ask, because he's been waiting to ask you 1 or 2 questions. Very short, Atul Bhai, and then we will open up for the.
Yeah.
उनके लिए चाहिए. ये Atul ji को चाहिए answer.
Dugal ji.
बहुत strong question.
No, Dugal, I'm not a strong question. Dugal ji, I think we have been receiving a lot of invitation from GJPC for our members to participate. Now, why Hong Kong is becoming an international fair? Because remember, anybody can come, exhibit and display and also convert sales. In order for India to become like your dream, to become an international show, you need to open up. You need to open up for exhibitors to come, participate and also sell here. I have been talking to lots and lots of Thai companies to come here. They say, Mr. Jogani, we go there but we cannot sell. What Mr. Sumit said, that we have an FTA with Thailand and some people, of course some businessmen did wrong. But if you have a watchman in your house and robbery happens, you don't leave the house and go. You start creating more systems, you start putting CCTV, but you don't just leave the house. So I think as a GJPC, you are involved in the policy making. Please work on this. If there are problems, if there are some businessmen doing wrong, we as an association can join hands with you. We'll try to catch the people, but we don't stop business. We don't stop there. And if India has a dream to become an international exhibition, you need to open up. You need to start FTA. You need to make systems. You need to improve the FTA. But just don't stop it. Don't say that we are allowed to import. I guarantee you we are not able to sell anything in India, even with FTA. So please look into it.
Very good point, sir. What I like about Atul Bhai is that he has a very neutral point. By heart, he's an Indian, he's a businessman settled in Thailand. He wants the interest of both the countries, which is a very fair point from his side. Any remarks from you, sir?
I am on the same page as you on this, no doubt. But see, as I said earlier, the high duties of 25% which we have now, it was 20% till last year, it was increased to 25 only in the budget, is because the duty on raw material itself is 15%. So there has to be a gap so that people don't start importing gold in the guise of jewelry.
We have proposed through our embassies and through our DITP, we are ready to pay relevant duties on gold contents. We are here to sell our skills. We don't want to do smuggle. So if there is a 30% contents on our jewelry of gold, we are ready to pay relevant duties on gold, which is very fair. That means there is no smuggling.
No, I accept that, and I think we should take it forward.
I think, you need to, because
should take it
on
forward.
paper, it looks very easy and very clear. It is a very simple thing to happen. It is like Yeah, why is not happening? What is the
No,
reason behind
we
it?
should-
It's a no-brainer why it should not happen. Still not happening.
No, I think we should take it up and we can discuss in the joint forums with the Thailand, with the Indian Mission and so. And something, as you had yourself said, in the past some black sheep had misused these provisions. Not some, quite a few, and lot of.
Take a strong action against them.
हाँ.
Strong action against them.
तो किया उन्होंने तो suddenly it stopped. तो
Good proposal. I agree.
I said we are on the same page, but it is for the two governments to decide. They have to make an
Goes to
offer.
this forum. And this forum has to propose, make it more formal, make some group, and you please take the lead, Atulji, and we will all support you.
I will say that
And please send it to
the
me.
next post.
Very good.
And we should need to meet often.
And ask for the best hospitality in Thailand.
अभी
And when your show is coming, you do it this kind of forum during your exhibition.
and Abhi, sir, I would like to add also. What coming back to what you said that if you can't sell jewelry here, what is the point of selling here? I would, yes, of course, if you can't sell, there is no point in having a stall here, exhibiting here. But see, we want our show to become an international show like Hong Kong. It is not the people in Hong Kong who buy. People who come from Japan would buy there. People who come from Singapore will buy there. So in our show as well, if you exhibit there, there will be people, buyers coming from the US, buyer coming from the UK, buyers coming from the Gulf. They can buy from you. They can buy direct from you from Thailand. So it can become an international global center for exchange.
But right now, IHS people think it's more domestic.
No, we want to change that
See, that
perception.
is something you can't stop. If a jeweler wants to come in, but they never promote as a domestic show, they
And
do
it
road
is-
shows across.
No, there is. No, no. No,
No, no, no. We have got so many. We provide. We means I'm talking about GJPC. We provide them flight tickets,
Yes.
hotel stays.
Besides that,
Everything.
no, besides that,
Business.
visitors
Visitors,
also,
okay,
Atulji,
what-
this time,
I don't know.
we have
We
got
don't have
already.
space. We have a constraint of space in
We
Bombay.
have 32 booths.
I
We are the largest.
know, we are used to it, but now we are giving it a fresh push. And in fact, I'm pleased to inform that already we have got an offer from the Myanmar embassy in Delhi that they would like to set up a Myanmar stall there, a booth there.
We have an association head from
The
Myanmar.
embassy over there has confirmed to us that they are interested.
So shall we open it up for the audience?
What the audience?
We will, otherwise we'll open it up for the audience so we get more broader perspective. I could see 2-3 hand raising. Nikhil bhai is here. Can we have one more 2 mics here?
Yeah, I had a question with Atulji. So, can we export Calcutta jewelry from here to Thailand? And what type of jewelry works here? 22 carat or 24 carat?
Look, in Thailand, 22 carats and 24 carats work in Thailand. But I always say to the Indian jewelers, you need to come there and study the market. Indian jewelry does not work there. Indian concept, Indian design does not work there. If you are good at making jewelry, I'm pretty sure you can make any designs. You need to send your marketing team there. You need to study what type of jewelry works there. Thailand loves jewelry. 22 and
To add something, we have a lot of Indian population staying in Thailand.
yeah, but Indian population saying that they will like, but generally they come here and they buy it themselves here. So the bigger market is the Thai market. For that, you need to send your team. You need to understand the design, understand their concept, and of course, the market is there for you. It's a big market for gold. Big market.
Like moreover, you produce, you manufacture there in Thailand yourself, like handmade jewelry or machine?
Yeah, there is handmade jewelry manufactured in Thailand and machine also. But lot of local jewelry is handmade.
Basically in gold or stones? And
Gold.
Only gold, plain gold. No
Thais love plain gold bracelets or something. They love it, they buy it and they resell it. They buy it and they resell it where the minimum labor is there. Minimum labor is there. Minimum labor is there, so they don't lose out when they are selling it back.
We can export to Thailand.
You can export to
Is there
Thailand.
any duty or anything?
We in Thailand, we allow diamonds to come at zero duty. We allow jewelry to come at zero duty. We allow everything. We are a small country with a big heart. We are a small country with a big heart, and during exhibition time, there is no duty.
Otherwise 1%, exhibition time 0.
We believe that if you are good at something, we want to offer to our consumer. We don't believe that we have to restrict you.
What I would like to end up to Arthur is that he speak very clearly that the style and the understanding of the market is a key important thing for exporting to Thai market. Actually now I think all the diamonds come from India. But the gold, we have gold standard as well, which is you have to be certified and make a standardized and branding there, which is not easy, because like Thai people have been familiar with the brand of Thai brand already. But I think every style has some unique thing, but you have to be serious in building the brand and educate the style of the jewelry, so that you can export to Thailand. As Atul say, we're very open. As I said to you, all the imports of the gold and the diamond, rough stone, everything, we are zero tax actually. And we have just very, very small import tax for those kind of jewelry item, yes.
It's like the buying capacity is there, like in Indian weddings we wear heavy jewelry like 5
Yeah, they have the buying capacity.
In their weddings they wear like that.
I would just like to add in very clearly how open are the Thai people. I went there as a friend when they took me as a brother. So that's how they are. We are very well taken by them. They have accepted as a brother. They have welcomed us. We Indians also, we jointly work to grow the industry. We are treated very equally. It's a very open country. Please come, explore, and we are there as an association to help you out. But you need to come there and understand.
Of course, Thailand, you have a domestic consumption, and Bangkok is a big city, one of the biggest there. How about the other neighboring countries like Laos, or even big countries like China? Those that come to buy from Thailand?
I would say among all the countries, Thailand is a country where they look at up. If anything new comes, any fashion comes in Thailand. No, for jewelry, yes. Yeah. But Thailand, anything comes in Thailand, in fashion or anything, it is taken by Laos, Cambodia and Vietnam, because they follow Thailand. So if you are there, if your brand value is there, it's very easy to enter this. And I repeatedly says that Thailand has an FTA with most of the countries in the world. If you open a jewelry factory in Thailand, I tell you, you have 1.5 billion market, which is very easy. Thailand has a zero duty among ASEAN. Zero duty among ASEAN. So if you open a factory in Thailand, you can export.
What do you mean by ASEAN?
ASEAN means all Singapore, all the South Asian country, and which the population is 500 million. Indian population is 1 billion. So if you open a factory in ASEAN, it's Thailand, you have a zero duty with the ASEAN community, and you have a zero duty with the Indian community with the help of Duggalji, which will happen. So if you open a factory in Thailand, you have a 1.5 billion population with zero duty. So you need to be there. You need to be there, and you need to open up your presence there. You can target ASEAN and you can target India. Okay. So that's a big opportunity for all of you.
I think the best is, Nikhil bhai, you should visit during the exhibition. We'll make a delegation. We'll go study the market, and then you can take it up step by step.
We're also participating in August, so we can have a talk.
ASEAN is free for you.
You are participating
In August, IHS.
IHS. No, we'll go to the Bangkok show
Okay.
to see the Bangkok market,
Okay.
and then you get an idea first hand what is selling, what's going on. There are, I have seen there is a one called China market, which is all plain gold jewelry, right? China Bazaar, what is called China market. And because in Bangkok, a lot of Chinese population, they love to buy gold, plain gold jewelry. So there is a potential.
One more thing. If you forget Thailand, I mean, if you see Laos, Vietnam, Hong Kong, China, Singapore, all these countries, their manufacturing is very costly. So if you open in Thailand, trust me, you have ASEAN, you have India.
Thank you so much for the question. I just have one small question for Duggal ji. Duggal ji, हम लोग काफी टाइम से सुन रहे हैं कि we are having talks with Canada and UK. मतलब वो 6-7 महीने हो गए already. मतलब approx date अभी तक कुछ आया नहीं है. There is any कि इस साल में आएगा कि
I think,
maybe next year.
see, UK was to happen actually last year only. But with political changes in UK, the FTA negotiations got deferred. UK and Canada both should definitely come by this year end.
Thank you so much.
The talks are at advanced stage.
Yes, I actually couldn't catch the question. Nikhil bhai, you're saying is Canada and India has some special treaty or SEPA.
The FTA. FTA with
FTA.
UK and Canada is at
With,
advanced stage.
with America, we have a 0% duty arrangement.
No, no,
only.
no.
Now it is 5% GSP, something was there.
No, no, GSP अभी नहीं है अब तो.
5%
There's no GSP now. There's a
duty
duty
in
only.
America?
Yes, on diamonds nil, on jewelry is 6%.
6%. You want a similar thing in Canada?
Like SEPA, we are negotiating with Canada and UK.
Which becomes 0. UK 0. After election. See. Inside information. Pooja, do we have time for one or two more questions? We have one question more from the gentleman there. Yes, sir. You can come forward. Or you can.
So I want to ask one question from a gentleman from Bangladesh. Is there a tax on purchase of gold locally by jewelers in Bangladesh?
The local taxes is there 2000 rupees, 2000 taka.
What is the percentage? Like if you are saying
The percentage is there 7%.
when you purchase from a local individual,
Yeah,
the jeweler purchases gold from local individual.
yeah.
Okay. So
The TT bar.
okay, because you told us that people are literally your importers.
Now, the Bangladesh industry, they're running two way. The one way is a recycling gold. The same in Thailand. So many people today buy the gold jewelry and 1 month use, then again they sold the shop. The recycling gold is the domestic market is 70% is the manufacture the lightweight jewelry. Bangladesh, the gold is the very lightweight jewelry. The using is the maximum in Dubai jewelry. The reason only the 100 grams, the so many Middle East, everybody come, near about 3,400 people. The so many, the Emirates is the 3 flight in Dubai to Dhaka. The Qatar Airways is the 4 flight. The same, the Gulf, overall the Gulf, 16 flight every day, the Dhaka. So near about 3,000 above, everybody come in Dhaka, then 100 grams jewelry and 2 bar. The tax structure on the 7%, the bar, and the jewelry is the 100 grams is the no tax. This is the source of foreign jewelry. And domestic market is the sustainable for the recycling gold.
What I was trying to understand, if that person brings that gold 2 bars,
Yeah.
and he wants to sell that gold to you,
Yeah,
is there a tax on that?
7%.
7%.
Yeah.
Okay. And my next question is to gentleman from Thailand. So you told that there is no tax in exhibitions when we bring gold jewelry. But is there a tax? Is it allowed to sell jewelry in the exhibition without any tax?
You can sell to exhibition without tax if somebody is buying for exports. If somebody is buying for local jewelry, there is a VAT 7%. But there are ways how you can work on it. Yeah.
Okay. My last question is to Duggalji.
No, domestic is allowed. 7% you pay the tax.
No, when you exhibit, when you import, zero duty. But when you sell there, when you are selling to an exporter, to a third country, there is no duty. Bring in and it goes. But when you are selling to the local people,
You got the answer.
Yes, yes. My last question is to Duggalji. Sir, when we are selling to US, it's 6% import duty, but via Oman it's 0 tax.
Oman has an FTA with them.
Yeah, why can't we have something similar? I'm just trying to understand.
We can always have and we would like to have. पूरा ही FTA होना.
Yeah, because
Free
lot
trade होना
of
चाहिए.
Indian jewelry is going via Oman. That's the truth of.
World में तो free trade होना ही चाहिए. That is the objective of it. But then when free trade means जहाँ पर से भी कहीं सस्ता होगा वहाँ कोई लेगा. There are a lot of industries where they are cheaper, our industries will suffer. So one has to protect one's own industry as well.
Yeah, but I think
Thank you so
We have a
much.
strength, so we have nothing to lose actually, you know.
No, but when we want 0% duty at their end, they want their Kawasaki, their Harley Davidson to be sold here at 0% also.
Trump came to India, he said his
Davidson.
motorbikes, Davidson is too high duty.
Yes.
They have the
They-
right.
Like Canada is now negotiating, UK also wants that their whiskey should also come at 0% duty here. Only then they will allow jewelry.
Thank you. I think this was very, very interesting. You want to say something? All right. Our gentleman from Myanmar.
ကျွန်တော်တို့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံမှာဟိုဩဂတ်မှာပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်6လပိုင်းမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ကြောင်းပြန်လာပြပွဲရှိပါတယ်အဲဒီကြောင်းပြန်လာပြပွဲမှာကျွန်တော်တို့တော်ဝင်ပလဲပေါ့နော်ပလဲပြမယ်နောက်ကြောင်းပြန်လာပရမနီလာပြမယ်နောက်ကျွန်တော်တို့ကြောက်စိမ်းလဲပြတယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့တော့အကုန်လုံးကရှော့တယ်ရောအရိုင်းတယ်ရောလူစတုံးတွေရောရှိပါတယ်အဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီထဲမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီပြည်သက်ထဲမှာရောကျွန်တော်တို့ညီနောင်တွေထဲမှာရောကျွန်တော်တို့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံရောက်မှုတဲ့လူရှိပါလားကျွန်တော်တို့ပြပွဲတွေကိုရောလာဘူးတဲ့လူရှိပါလားတကယ်လို့မရှိသေးရင်လည်းအကုန်ကြွရောက်ခဲ့ပါလို့ကျွန်တော်ဖိတ်မှန်ကပြုပါတယ်ဗျာ
Yes, allow me to translate. Our chairman has reiterated his invitation. He's been listening on the discussion, and I think apparently Thailand has an event in August. We also have an emporium in August. So our chairman would like to know if there's anybody in the audience who have been to Myanmar or have attended our emporiums before. If not, we also would like to re-invite you to come over to Myanmar during the emporiums, because at emporiums, the tender system.
Dates? What are the dates for that?
Currently working on the dates, but we'll get back to you. But as based on the discussions we're having, likewise in Thailand, during the emporiums, you can also buy and export out the gems as a one-stop service provided by the government and related agencies. So we do that as well. So that's an added information. And we will send the details later.
Very gracious of you, sir. Thank you. All right.
Is in Dubai. Because we are buying from everywhere, you know, gemstones and diamonds and dore and everything, and we are working beautifully in Dubai. Okay. I think we should have a place in India which is like Dubai, which is free from all the government bureaucracies, which allows free movement of goods, and it could be a seeds, it could be anything, whatever you may call it, but something like a free trade agreement. If you want to sell domestically, yes, pay duty at the gate, go out.
I think wonderful idea. I'll add one more point that see, the foreign tourists who are coming, they're not allowing them to buy gold jewelry on a 0% duty. At least allow on the airport, like how we buy the liquor or any other products. Because I think the government's concern is that if a foreign tourist comes, he buys a gold, he saves 15% duty, he may again sell back to India to somebody else. So at least on the airport, you can at least make your 10, 15, 12, whatever making charges, foreign exchange earning, and why to lose that and promote India?
It should be designed in a way where it is cheaper to come to the airport, buy gold and take a connecting flight out.
Not only that, come have a look at the Taj Mahal, come to Calcutta, Kali Temple or whatever, and also buy jewelry in all the airports and go back, right?
Yeah.
Lots to be done. People like ICC should take and GGHPC.
It's a good suggestion, and already government is working on it. There is a proposal in the government that they will refund, like it is in the Europe and the US. You can get your duties and taxes refunded when you leave the country. So you do shopping here, when you go back, you fill up certain forms and the duty is refunded. Already GST there is a provision, but they haven't worked out the system because it's a bit complicated, you know. As he has said, people can buy and then so many loopholes at the airport, you can siphon it off to some domestic passenger there and he can bring it back to India. So, but the proposal is already there under consideration in the government.
I think there's a lot on the table, and I think half a day discussion is not enough, Vinodji. Next time you should do it bigger, and thank you very much for such a interesting, insightful, thought-provoking discussions. On this note, actually, we have our India's largest gold jewelry exporter here, and we at Art of Jewelry brought a one special issue. So I would like you to come over and Hasmukh to come over, Vinodji and Ashokji, aap bhi aaiye. I carried one copy luckily with me. I want to have a picture with all of you. I am from the Art of Jewelry. We publish India's leading jewelry magazine, so that is a little bit of my promotion.
Sir, we will have a photo session, post the session also. I mean, yeah. Okay, sure.
I have just one copy luckily with me. I think should we do it with everyone? Or you prefer? Yeah,
Stand on the back side.
Dugalji is also here from GJPC.
We'll stand on the back and you can be on the front.
Sir, I think you can all stand in front of the dais and in a linear way and then get the photography done. Okay. Thank you, sir. May I please request Mr. Shaumik Roy Chaudhary, Director, MPJ Jewellers GB Private Limited. Sir, please come on the dais and deliver the summing up of the session and the vote of thanks. Mr. Shaumik Roy Chaudhary.
Hello, check. Yeah, it gives me immense pleasure to, I think it'll just take 3 more minutes. It gives me immense pleasure to present the vote of thanks. I think it's been a wonderful, engaging discussion in a short span of 2 hours' time. I think a wide range of topics have been covered, right from the struggles as well as the opportunities from the various BIMSTEC countries, as well as the opportunities that we have in the Indian diaspora. So I'll just briefly, in the paucity of time or the interest of time, just take 3 minutes to sum up what has been said or done today. I think it has just only opened the doors to larger discussion and food for thought. Just a moment, please. It has opened the doors for food for thought for larger discussions in times ahead. But first of all, thank you, Mr. Vadera, for coming down and being a wonderful moderator and touching on topics of varied topics. I think right from the local, in our country, I mean GJPC, the challenges of GJPC to the refiners as well as to the BIMSTEC countries. It's a very new thing that, we have not heard about BIMSTEC countries before, but the way you've covered it, I think it's splendid, and you've really set the tone for today's discussion. My earnest regards and honor for Mr. Mint Han, who had not only spoken about the Myanmar Gems enterprise, but how it was started as an NGO and with a common goal for transparency and how it has come up over the years. And in the end, he rightly summed up as how Myanmar has this lucky seven thing, which is again the BIMSTEC is a combination of 7 countries. So thank you, Mr. Han. My next person, Mr. Dilip Agarwal from Bangladesh. He has spoken about the power of the artisans of Bangladesh and how Bangladesh has various SEZ zones, and in spite of the high duty structures, how their struggles has been over the years. Mr. Chai has very well emphasized on how we are the naturally producers of all the lovely gemstones that we have amongst the BIMSTEC countries, but all the advantages are going to the West. He has actually touched on the topic of how we can become the price controllers for this kind of gemstones. I think it's a wonderful food for thought again. Mr. Atul Jogani, what can I say? You're a small country with a big heart. I mean, now a big man with a big heart. So we've really opened the doors for discussion between Thailand and India and emphasize on the competition with other industries, not just jewelers, but with the competition with the other industries. So thank you for that. Mr. Suresh Man, I think Nepal, you have rightly highlighted the struggles that Nepal jewelry industry is going through it, and we are empathetic towards your cause. We don't know if the strike will help, but we will have you in our prayers. Mr. Samarde has mentioned about the geographical proximity and the natural wealth that we have, and the special mention, and he has been the pioneer of CFC in Calcutta, and it's a model which all the BIMSTEC countries can actually follow. I think where Mr. Dugal also had mentioned where everybody doesn't have the resources to a common facility center can have common resources pulled together for the common cause, for the greater good, for the greater community. Mr. James Joes has a larger vision in mind where he wants India to become the refiner destination of the world. I think it's a brilliant thought which we have not thought before. And he has also mentioned why I think he has given us the right figures, which is again, we can ponder over it, which is right, which is wrong about the 26.5 and the 15% bullion and the jewelry difference between the two structures of imports, and how dore is being imported or not being imported, how the local jewelry, the local scrap jewelry market is disrupting the dore imports. So I think these are all lovely thoughts or lovely knowledge producing gaps that we had in our mind. And lastly, I would mention Mr. Dugal. I think he has started with the civilization of India and dating back jewelry industry as old as the civilization of India, and how from 91 the industry slowly changed and rightfully towards the better. And he has also emphasized about the skill development where, the Indian housewives should not be only cooking chicken and mutton, but also learning to cook spaghetti and pizzas. So with that round, I thank all of you, and a big round of applause for all the guests, for all the dignitaries. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Mr. Roy Chaudhary actually has jotted down all the relevant points, important points that would help us, sir. We will take the inputs from you too. May I request Mr. Roy Chaudhary to hand over and felicitate our speakers today present to Mr. Mint Han, Chairman, Myanmar Gems and Jewelry Entrepreneurs Association. Mr. James Joes, Managing Director, CGR Metalloys. Mr. Suresh Man Sreshtha, he's a founder president from Nepal Gem and Jewelry Association. And Mr. Shamar De, he's our very own, Mr. De, he's the director of Guinea Emporium and our committee member. May I request thank you, Mr. Roy Chaudhary. May I request Mr. Vinod Bamalwaji to kindly felicitate Mr. Keval Duggal, Director, Policy and Trade, Gems and Jewelry Export Promotion Council. Mr. Dilip Kumar Agarwala from Diamond World Limited and Bangladesh. Mr. Neom Kaj, former President, Chantapuri Chamber and Managing Director, SSN Sale and Distribution. And Mr. Atul Jogani ji, Vice President, the Gems and Jewelry and Precious Metal Confederation of Thailand. May I also request, sir, to hand over the memento to Mr. Roy Chaudhary. To Mr. Sumesh Padheraji, the Managing Director and Chief Editor, the Art of Jewellery. Mr. Roy Chaudhary, yes. Thank you so much. We will disperse for lunch. You have got it? Please come here. Mr. Roy Chaudhary, you have to come once again to hand over the memento to Mr. Vinod Bamalwa. Ashok Bengani ji, he will do the honors. Yes, now we request our photographer to have this group photo.
The chairman wants to wait. We have one more ceremony.
Yeah, one more ceremony.
One more ceremony. Madam, you announce it. Please announce it.
Yes, Chairman of Myanmar Gems and Jewelry Entrepreneur Association also like to give some jade jewelries to all the panelists. Yes.
Myanmar is giving.
Chairman from Myanmar Gems and Jewellery Entrepreneurs Association is handing over mementos to all the speakers. A round of applause, please.